I wasn't planning on addressing you all again, but
Your address, please.
Mark Eggers, 721 Campbell Circle. I wasn't planning on addressing you all again, but your foolish actions compel me to make another futile attempt at reason, which seems to be in short supply around here. First, I'd like to correct the false narrative made by your attorney, Mr. Whitten, that this proposal to scrap County Code 56.3 has nothing to do with me. You all did not even know about this Code 56.3 until I pointed it out to you, Mr. Carter, when you previously attempted to shut me up. In fact, I have a photo taken right before your November 20th meeting, after you called me out into the hallway before the meeting in a failed attempt to shut me up. I told you to go ask your overpriced lawyer over there to go look up County Code 56.3, and here's the photo of you two discussing the code immediately before the meeting. I'd also like to correct the false narrative also made by your attorney, Mr. Whitten, that the board has been discussing this change for several months. I know that transparency is not one of this board's strengths, but I dare you to take a poll right now of all 5 members of the board to find out when they first heard of this proposed deletion of Code 56.3, and we'll see if that is an accurate statement of Mr. Whitten's. It is your meeting rules that need to be changed to agree with the County Code 56.3 and not vice versa. 56.3 allows you to hear from a member of the public if 2 members of your board request it. What is wrong with that? Why are you trying to fix something that's not broken? You don't care that 2 members of your board wanted to hear what I had to say? Instead of deleting 56.3, you should be adding its wording to your meeting rules. Instead of trying to shut me up, you should be thanking me for doing your job for free. I started looking into the EDA over 2 years ago after my daughter, who was a town councilman at the time, was verbally assaulted by the political establishment of this community for asking a few simple questions that should have been able to answer in about 5 minutes. And her questions have still not been answered over 2 years later. I can't for the life of me figure out why you didn't want to hear the facts about the lunacy going on over at the EDA. And everything I stated to you this past year in February, May, and November was true. But you all prefer to be ostriches with your head stuck in the sand. A lot of the problems with the EDA could have been avoided if you all had been paying attention. And now you're spending taxpayer money to pay the EDA's auditing and legal bills because apparently they don't have any money left in their checkbook. I wonder, where did all the money go? But you didn't care that 30 acres and a $10 million loan were given to a shell company with no contracts and no jobs. You didn't care that land was said to be donated for a phony workforce housing project that was actually purchased for $445,000. You didn't care that the EDA executive director and the Warren County sheriff were business partners who bought $1,949,000 of real estate in 2017. You didn't care that the executive director claimed to have won almost $2 million at the slot machines, which is mathematically impossible. If you believe that fairy tale, why don't you give her the $140,000 and in no time at all she'll turn it into $2 million. You didn't care that the executive director staged vandalism at the EDA office and tried to frame my daughter. You didn't care that the executive director staged vandalism.
We are here to discuss 56.3, not the EDA.
I'm discussing 56.3. I'm telling you why you shouldn't change your rule of 56.3.
Do you understand we want to stick to what we were trying to do to try to address this 56.3? You are running with the EDA. Continue.
I didn't know this was supposed to be a question and answer session here.
Continue speaking if you have to.
You didn't care that the executive director staged vandalism at her own house and tried to frame your fellow supervisor, Mr. Sayer. You didn't care that through all this insanity, the EDA board, who you all appoint, continued to express their full support of the executive director and in fact gave her a raise to show their support. And your response is to tell me, the piano teacher, to shut up. What's wrong with you people? You need to get your heads out of your backsides, pay attention, and do your job. You should be saying thank you to me, so I'll just say, you're welcome. Maybe I'll send you a bill for my services.